Hi, my name is John Voles. I'm a physical therapist and exercise specialist with Healthy Habits, Key to Wellness and Internal Medicine in Algonquin. And we'll be coming to you once a week on SeniorSpotChicago.com with new exercise tips. So the first thing I want to go over is, and this is with Norma, just a very simple squatting type exercise that you can do at your kitchen counter. So I'm going to have Norma turn toward the counter. And notice she's holding on lightly. You don't have to hold on too firmly unless you don't feel safe. But she's holding on lightly to the counter, and all I want her to do is to bend down, sticking her backside out a little bit more, bending her knees and pressing through her heels. Now as she comes back up, she'll be pressing through her heels and straightening up her back. So go ahead and do a few of those. Okay, good. One thing that I want to point out that you don't want to do is to allow your knees to come out like this. We all have a tendency when we bend our knees to come forward like that. That can be very difficult and maybe even injure the knees. So I like to have people plant their heels, push their weight through their heels, bring the backside out and go straight down. So try that again a couple more times. Okay, good. And maybe sets of 10 or 15 or 20 repetitions, you're going to start to feel some fatigue in your thighs and maybe in your hips, and that's a good sign. But if you start feeling some fatigue, you can take a break and maybe do a couple more in a little while. The next exercise I want to show you is something specifically for the hip muscle, and this is a very important muscle because we're using this muscle constantly when we're walking. So the muscles on the side of your hip right here are safe to exercise by holding onto the counter like so and just simply kicking your leg out to the side. So go ahead and try a few of those. You can see Norma's holding onto the counter lightly just for some stability and bringing her foot up to about that height. Now this shouldn't be a fast exercise. It shouldn't be like this, and the speed that she's going at is actually very good. It's a nice, safe, slow, smooth exercise, and what I would probably have her do at some point is to raise one leg and hold it there for just a second and then slowly lower it back down. And after about 10 or 15 of those, you'll probably feel some fatigue in your hip and you know that that's time to stop. Okay, so in just a minute, I'm going to show you a safe exercise that you can do just using the steps in your home. Okay, another couple exercises that you can do at home using a stair. If you have a flight of stairs or maybe just 1 or 2 steps going up into another room, they're very handy, especially if you have arm rails that you can hold on to for stability. So what I'm going to have Norma start doing is a good exercise for her hip. I'm just going to have her step up on the platform with her left foot and then come up slowly, tap with the right foot, and come back down. I'm going to have her do that a couple of times, and I'm just going to describe what she's doing and why she's doing it. So each time she steps up, she's actually using the hip and thigh muscles in her left leg to do all the work, to bring her up onto the platform, and then she taps with the other foot. You don't really even have to use the other foot. Tap and then come back down. Come up, tap, and come back down. She'll do maybe 10 or 15 of those until she feels some fatigue in her thigh or in her hip, and then after a few of those, she can simply switch feet. So go ahead and switch feet. Now she's going to step up and use her right leg to do all the work, and her left leg, which was just exercised before, is going to be resting by just coming up and tapping and coming back down again. So this is a really good exercise for both strengthening the hips and the thighs, and also very good for balance. Okay? Now we're going to move on to a different exercise which is a little bit more aerobic in nature. It's going to get your heart rate up a little bit more, and this is an activity, if you're able to, you want to do for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to have Norma start stepping up and down, and it's a simple rhythm, what we call up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. She's stepping up with one foot, up with the other foot, down with one foot, and then down with the following foot. And as you can probably see, if she does this for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, she's going to have a pretty good cardiovascular exercise. Okay, so that's pretty much what we wanted to cover for this week. Come back next week to SeniorSpotChicago.com, and we're going to go over some more exercises.